is their idea of our A-10. It has a decent 30-millimeter gun, certainly not like the gun in the A-10, but it fires a big round and it'll punch a hole in a tank. It'll carry a lot of weapons on the outside, bombs, rockets. And what's interesting about the SU-25 is, once you punch everything off of it, it will go over Mach 1. The A-10 doesn't even come close. It slows down and stops right around 400 knots. Whereas the SU-25 will go straight through the speed of sound, and it'll turn on a dime at great acceleration.
Our planes can work in any weather condition. Our operating parameters are from +50, +60 degrees centigrade in the shade to -80, -60 degrees centigrade. This is a wide range of parameters from negative to positive because of the territory of Russia is huge and climate is very different and difficult. Our planes and helicopters are designed to work in any region.
Perhaps it is appropriate for a plane nicknamed Frogfoot to have such an unassuming, decidedly unglamorous home. By Western standards, it appears to be suffering from years of neglect and disrepair. Today, Lipetsk is actually not much different from its days as an important Soviet air base.
The Russians never took great care with their facilities. Crumbling concrete was a standard because Russian concrete was of very poor quality. So it would decay on its own, and the rubble would be pushed aside. Since 1991, that reality has been amplified many times over. Now everything is pretty much in a state of rubble. Grass grows everywhere. Our machines aren't like that at all. Ours could not take anything along those lines to speak of, whereas theirs could. Russian equipment was made to operate in those conditions. It was made to operate in crumbling concrete, mud, sand, dirt, all kinds of things that don't starve the machinery of air or fuel.
Russian aviation design is dramatically different from its U.S. counterpart. It is often said that American aviation designers go overboard, sacrificing simplicity for the sake of unneeded high-tech add-ons. Russian planes reflect Soviet military design policy, best described as Ford over Ferrari. Russian airplanes are simple and rarely sexy. In this Air Force, the emphasis is on huge numbers of planes. The intent is to overwhelm the enemy, often at the cost of many pilots. Those who survive will likely fly the Sukhoi 25. Like the U.S. Air Force A-10, the Su-25 cockpit is a titanium bathtub. A barrage of 20-millimeter gun rounds barely dents the flying tank's protective shield. Pilot and plane often escape unscathed.
The Su-25